just beginning life, just beginning. She had so much life ahead of her that it was just taken for nonsense.
Not in a million years would we have thought this would happen.
It's just a matter of time. I'm going to catch him. It's just going to take me a while to do it, but I'm going to catch him because we got to stop this senseless.
Leading up to March 4, 2023, a Douglas County teen looked forward to her Sweet 16 party, which was set to start at 8 p.m. Her family and friends began arriving to her home on Sitka Drive, about 20 miles west of Atlanta. Sometime after 10 p.m., the teen's father found that some of the attendees were smoking Mary, and her parents made the decision to end the party immediately as a result. The attendees, mostly juveniles, filed out of the home, and some headed to the cul-de-sac to wait for their rides home. At that time, a confrontation occurred at the top of the cul-de-sac, and discharge sounds echoed through the community. It was utter chaos as juveniles ran up the street and fled through neighbors' yards for safety. 911 callers stated that multiple people had been wounded. As 14-year-old Ajanaye Hill ran away from the chaos, sadly, she was struck in the back of her head and pronounced gone at the scene. The Douglas County High School freshman loved to dance, sing, create TikToks, and love on her family and friends. She dreamt of one day becoming an attorney.
It was random, so kids was fighting apparently, and someone pulled her out, and she was running and got hit. Just beginning life, just beginning. She had so much life ahead of her that it was just taken for nonsense.
15-year-old Samuel Moon had also begun running when unfortunately a stray struck him in the back, ending his life. His family remembered him as playful, loving, kind, and fun to be around. He was a sophomore at Lithia Springs High School. 7 other party-goers, ages 14 to 19, were also wounded and found in neighboring yards after the incident. A Douglas County Fire and EMS spokesperson said they transported 3 victims to the hospital, while other people took 4 separate victims to the hospital. Neighbors in the close-knit community told media sources it was quite a hectic scene. A neighboring house was struck by the discharges, but thankfully none of the neighbors were injured. That homeowner's toddler son had been in the path of a discharge just moments prior.
A sunny Sunday, a lively neighborhood, and a mother home with her 2-year-old son.
I heard shots ringing, but I didn't really think too much of it. And then I heard more shots.
Now, instead of finishing her weekend peacefully, Shakira Hodges is painfully aware of the hole in her front door, a reminder of the ripping through her house last night.
That's when I heard it kind of pierce through the door. And then I thought after that it was, I'm sorry. After that, that's when I heard a lot of screaming.
Screams, she says, came from a crowd of teens trying to escape.
To see this and to hear this, it really broke my heart because I never wanted him to be in a position where he would be exposed to this.
The birthday girl's mother and owner of the party home, Crystal Walker Cherry, spoke to media sources about the tragic incident. According to her, the assailant never stepped foot inside her home, and it was her belief that he'd waited in a car parked up the street.
Not in a million years would we have thought this would happen.
Crystal Cherry, another neighborhood mother, ending a party for her daughter's 16th birthday.
The party started at 8, and we had to end it early at 10 because some of the children had been smoking weed.
Crystal saw kids leaving as chaos erupted near the intersection at the top of the cul-de-sac.
That's when the children left. Something happened at the at the stop sign, a fight, and we heard us after that.
We took all the precautions as to we had 6 adults here. He wasn't invited to this party. They wasn't invited, so they didn't know the address, so they just camped out and waited on the children to leave the party.
Everybody was very respectful, so not in a million years would we have thought this would happen.
The heartbroken community shared their recollection of the harrowing moments. One neighbor told a news station she lives across the street and rushed over to help one of the victims, who was later identified as Ajanaye, but unfortunately it was too late. That neighbor said she got a bed sheet and covered the girl's body while the other teens ran. She waited for police to arrive. Then she took up the heart-wrenching task of calling the girl's mother using her phone.
Not even 2 minutes after that, we heard guns. So I immediately ran outside, saw a little girl in the street, and I just wanted to make sure it was none of my children. I went to the little girl to see if I can save her or do anything, and she was already gone.
This neighbor says that little girl was lying in the middle of the street.
She was on FaceTime with somebody when she got. So I'm going through her phone trying to find her parents' number just to, let them know what's going on.
After about 100 kids ran off.
My son actually had somebody that was shot in the chest. So he went to him and started putting pressure on his chest.
She says that it was a Sweet 16 party and she only let her kids go because it was close by and there were adults that were there supervising.
It just terrifies me.
Ariel Gardner, who lives next door, told the media her family suddenly heard discharge sounds and ducked for cover in their own home.
People who live here met with police roadblocks for 7 hours, leaving a community of children, fathers, and mothers like Ariel Gardner in disbelief.
They're such good people, so it's just really shocking that this what happened.
Gardner's own mother, home with her children, told Gardner what happened once the stopped.
My kids thought it was thunder, from what they thought it was thunder, but my mom knew what it was. She hopped off the kitchen table and grabbed them, and they laid on the ground.
Like her neighbors and like any mother, Gardner is holding her little ones a little closer.
It made me feel very scared, and I just want to make sure me and my siblings were okay. She said several people got out, and there were all people on the street and in our yard and over there and at our neighbor's house.
Very distraught. It had me very shook. My kids was on the floor. They were scared.
We were scared because she yelled at us and she was like, get down, get down.
The parents of attendees, in addition to the wider community, and to be quite frank, the nation, because this case has garnered nationwide attention, they didn't hesitate in expressing their frustration and disappointment as reality settled in. A parent of one of the partygoers wrote on Facebook that she, her child, and her child's friends were all traumatized following the incident. The day following, Crystal, the birthday girl's mom, posted a lengthy Facebook status in which she sought to clarify what she deemed as rumors. The woman extended condolences to the families who are mourning and said she was still trying to wrap her mind around how a carefully planned out Sweet 16 birthday party for her daughter ended up in tragedy and loss of lives. As she also did on the news, she clarified that there were 6 adults present at the party, including herself. Bags were also searched upon entry, according to the mom. Crystal said her children knew that their parents did not tolerate disrespect, drugs, or alcohol, so the party was shut down immediately following the Mary incident. The post indicated that 100 students did not attend the party, countering what police had earlier stated and would later imply. Additionally, Walker Cherry stated that they did not have any viol or altercations at last year's party, and the tragedy occurred up the street from her home. Before asking that the grieving families be kept in everyone's prayers, Crystal stated that they were only responsible for their dwelling and took all measures to prevent any kind of issues, yet the incident still occurred. During a press conference on March 6th, a police captain stated that they transported over 80 witnesses for questioning. They informed the media of their plans to release dashcam footage showing the authorities' response to the incident, but didn't clarify when. The sheriff's office also announced that a $20,000 reward is being offered for information which results in the arrest and prosecution of a suspect in the incident.
Upon arrival on Sitka Drive, deputies encountered a large number of persons in the roadway, woods, and vehicles. 2 children were deceased on the scene, one in the middle of the roadway and another on a driveway at a house in a cul-de-sac. The deceased, Samuel Moon, 15 years of age, a 10th grader at Lithia Springs High School. And Ajanaye Hill, 14 years of age, a 9th grader at Douglas County High School. Shortly after the party was stopped, this occurred approximately 50 yards up the roadway in the cul-de-sac, or in the middle of the street. Sheriff's deputies transported over 80 witnesses to the sheriff's office. There were a large number of people that attended the party who had left the scene before law enforcement arrived. It is imperative that these people reach out to the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. At this time, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in identifying anybody that is responsible for this. We are also asking that any witnesses that have not reached out and spoke to an investigator to please call 770-920-7139. We will call you with the information and get that back and get you up here for an interview.
As of this video, no arrests have been made public, and authorities have said that a motive remains under investigation. The district attorney appeared at the aforementioned press conference as well and stated that her office hadn't received the case as yet. However, she assured the community that they plan to be thorough. Anyone with relevant information is asked to contact Douglas County Sheriff's Office Investigator Marlene Jean at 770-920-4916.
This senseless killing should not have occurred, but it did. Some of y'all out there got kids just this age, same age as these children. Now, it's just a matter of time. I'm going to catch them. It's just going to take me a while to do it, but I'm going to catch them because we got to stop this senseless. But I need my community right now to join in and help me because somebody out there knows something. I'm like the district attorney said, I want y'all to continue to pray for us as we pray for these broken families. And if anybody know anything, I'm going to start off with them off a $20,000 reward for anybody that can lead me to the arrest and prosecution of the person that was involved in these shootings. Thank y'all so much.
Are you? It broke my heart not only to learn that lives were lost, but also to read that the birthday girl, who should have been happily stepping into 16, is now blaming herself for it all. While the status of the injured victims is unknown at this time, I wish them all a speedy recovery and look forward to providing updates regarding this case. May justice be served. May the family and friends of Ajanaye and Samuel find solace in the happy memories, and may their souls rest in perpetual peace. Thank you.